Hey, what's up? This is Forrest, aka the Effects Wiz, and I'm going to be showing you how to use the shatter setting to make effective intros and possibly credit screens, or basically use the shatter setting in After Effects CS4 and CS3 to do very cool effects. Let's take a look at the small intro I created in less than 45 seconds. Alright. Now I used one third-party program. The name of the program is Action Movie Essentials. It's actually a group of pre-matted images to create muzzle flashes, to create synthetic fog, synthetic blood splatter, to effectively just create very good action movies. And it came with blood splatters, fog, like I said, explosions. So I bought it a while back for 95 or something like that. You can definitely hate saying this. I really like Andrew Kramer, but I'm sure you could find it on torrent. If you want to find it, it's called Action Movie Essentials. About a gig, a 500 megabyte file filled with pre-matted footage. Very excellent download. Download it. So I guess we'll create a new comp, or Control N rather. NTSC D1 square pixel. I'm using After Effects CS4. If you're using CS3, then just square pixel would be right. 10 seconds, 29 frames per second. So what we're going to do is create a new solid, white solid. Then we're going to just Control Y as the thing for solid. Make sure it's the comp size. It doesn't matter what color it is. It could be black, white, gray, whatever color you want. But it doesn't matter because we're going to go to the effects and presets. And we're going to type ramp. And then once we go to the ramp, we're going to drag it onto the solid. And then we're going to go over here to the settings. And we're going to, on the start color, I'm going to make it a green, a very dark green. But you can make it whatever color you want. In fact, you know what? I'm going to change it up. I'll make it a purple. I'll make it a very, very dark purple. And the second color, I'm going to make a black. Black always looks the best. Well, you know what? That's not always true, you know? I mean, you could do some whites and stuff. Purple, green, dark blues, a lot of dark colors make it look a lot more clean and professional. I don't know why. So, anyways, we're going to leave that be. We're also going to create a new text layer. So we're just going to take the text tool, take it. You could use whatever font you want. I'm using L and font Gothic. And it's a... It might look familiar if you are... a lot of death metal bands have similar font. So, Forest, so I'll just type... I just forgot how to spell my name. What do you think of that? So, and then I'm going to take this thing right here, and I'm going to center it very roughly. And do whatever font you want. This is very quick. And then you're going to go to the effects and presets and type shatter. You might have seen the setting before. You're going to drag it onto the text layer. Now, this looks very overwhelming. Fear not. Go to wireframes and forces under the view setting and type it and change it to rendered. And as you can see, it goes. Also, one thing that I did in the other one is with the text layer selected, press T and change the opacity to 0. Then go forward about 1.5 seconds, keyframe it, and change the thing to 100. Change it to 100 there. Change it to 0 at the beginning so it creates a solid thing here. So the thing about shatter that's a con is that it blows up the second it starts. So we're gonna go to force 1. Okay, so with the text layer selected, we can close that. We don't need that anymore. We're gonna go to force 1, and then change the radius. Go to the beginning of the comp. Keyframe. No, change the radius to 0. Okay, and then you're gonna let it preview. Just press space until it's entirely opaque so you can see it. So it's about halfway, it's fully, right there. And then that's when you go forward 5 frames. Press page down about 5 or 6 times. I pressed it about 6 times. And then that's when you keyframe the radius. And then you go forward 1 frame, press page down again after you keyframe it, and then change it to 40. Change the radius to 40. Gosh, darn it. Oh my gosh. Change to 40. And then it should pop up after it's rendered. After it becomes entirely viewable. Now, bricks might be your thing. Bricks might be the shape that you want. If you want the shapes of the shatter to be bricks, then be my guest, use it. But I'm gonna not be using bricks. If you want to change the color, go to pattern. They have a bunch of stuff here. They have crescents. They have hexagons. Believe it or not, that's kind of cool actually. Stars and triangles. But I'm gonna be using the glass setting. Wait, or yeah, definitely glass. So glass, shards of glass is what it looks like. I set it to about 30, and it looks a little smaller, a little better. Yeah, so that works. You can mess around with the other settings. A setting kind of I like to use is the viscosity setting. It makes it look like once it blows up, it looks like it's pushing or being resistance towards something. So like it just falls down like at a certain point. At a certain point, like it hits an external wall and just sinks down, like it's sinking into water. It's very cool. But now this is where the real explosion comes in. You're going to with the like a couple frames behind where it explodes, about right there. You're going to go into your project folder, and I'm going to take this explosion, and I'm going to drag it in, okay? And you're going to drag it so that it begins, or press Alt forward bracket right there. And boom, it's an explosion, right? But that orange explosion takes away from everything. You don't focus on, whoa, how did he make the text shatter? You're more focused on, whoa, it just sucks. It's just weird color. Also, put it behind the thing. It makes it look that much better. I didn't do that on the other one, actually. Then go to hue and saturation and drag it to the explosion. And then I changed it to the color of about kind of a purplish bluish. That looks pretty good. So then it explodes. Then it looks like white fire, and then smoke pops out. So actually it would look pretty cool if I sized it down. You don't want it to be very big. Maybe no, you want it to keep it semi-square. So you could decrease the project size to about 5 seconds. Go to the beginning of the thing and preview it. Now, a couple things are going on right now. The opacity is increasing in the text, which makes it viewable. And maybe you could add some wiggle to the text that makes it look like it's kind of exploding. And then it explodes with the text. And the text blows up. Now, like I said in the beginning, it could turn into like a credit really easily. You could just repeat with the text what's going on right here. Like, say that name goes on, there's a lot of empty space. Put in another name and make it blow up. Put in another name and make it blow up. Very effective text format for credits. So, this has been a Forrest Ballman production via the Effects Wiz, youtube.com. Subscribe to if you like this tutorial. It's a very simple, very effective, and I'm going to keep my eye out for new free plugins. and are very cheap. And if you're really into After Effects, you really want to get into this stuff, it's a hobby for me, and I'm already considering it a career choice. I'm already just halfway through high school. So, really, thanks for watching. I hope I get your subscription. Thanks. Bye.